Hi, we're Person in Person. Welcome to your June market update from Newburyport and vicinity. So Rachel, could you tell us what you're seeing out there in the marketplace for the month of June? What has closed?
Sure. In Newburyport, there were 19 sales. 1.1 was the median sale price. 5 days till offer, 15 days on market. The average, not median, over ask percentage was 4. And we are starting to average the over ask percentages instead of median because a bunch of the medians on this were 0. So that's just an interesting statistic. So just an important note before we go forward. Typically on these videos, I will give the median percentage over asking, just to give you the, that's the, the threshold really. But the median over asking right now for a bunch of these towns ended up being 0, which means the median is no over asking.
So the list price, they're selling at list.
They're selling at list price, exactly, or under list price. So I have started doing what the average over ask percentage is going forward.
So talk about Newburyport.
Yeah, so in Newburyport, 19 sold, 1.1 was the median sale price, 5 days till offer, 15 days on market, and the average over asking percentage was 4%.
So then talk about condos. What happened in Newburyport with condos?
Yeah, sure. 13 sold, 689 was the median sale price. The average over asking percentage was 5%. The median was 0.
So a lot of stuff selling at ask at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
So let me just talk about the activity we've seen in Newburyport a little bit. It's sort of interesting. We have a couple of great listings that went on, and really we only had like 4 or 5 showings. Some of them the first weekend, 0 showings.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening is we ended up with more than one offer, and we were able to negotiate and get our sellers over asking by our negotiating skills. So it's really important, whoever you work with, that they understand the power of negotiations. It's money in your pocket.
I think most agents who have not seen a slower market would, if they got one offer in hand, it had been on the market for 14 days, they would just be like, great, we got an offer.
Yep.
But what we do instead is we reach out to anyone who's shown any interest and say, hey, just so you know, I know you looked at the property once or twice, but we have another offer, so if you have any interest at all, this is what the response time is for that offer. And in one of the situations, we were able to get that offer up $150,000.
And all contingencies waived.
And all contingencies waived by leveraging that offer against someone's potential interest who did end up submitting an offer, but it was nowhere near the first offer, which then they came up. So that's how you do it.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. I don't know about anyone else, but that's what we do. So do you want to talk about Newbury?
Yeah.
What's going on in Newbury?
Newbury, as always, it's a small community, so it's a small sample, which skews the numbers. But there were 6 single families sold in Newbury in the month of June, 10% over asking. The median sale price was $911,500. Days to offer 6.5 and days on market 15. So it kind of mirrors Newburyport in that regard.
Yeah. A little bit of a lower median sale price.
Of course, and of course condos in Newbury, I think you can count them on 2 hands. So
yeah, so we actually had 3 that sold in Newbury this month, and for months and months we had no condos that sold in Newbury. So there were 3. The median sale price was $810. Median list price was higher. Days till offer is 10, so longer. Days on market 24. Now the median over ask wasn't over ask, it was under. But when I calculated the average, it was 4% on average over asking.
Yeah, I want to talk about our definitions a little bit too.
Yeah, sure.
When an offer is accepted and that property goes contingent it's flagged as contingent in the system, that is our days to offer. That
Correct.
doesn't mean there weren't offers prior to that, but that's the days.
When it went under contract.
Yeah, that's the days to offer for when it actually went under contract. The days on market are really the days to purchase and sale agreement.
Yes, correct.
It does not mean that they're closing in 15 days. So I know we have a tendency to do our real speak, and sometimes we have to stop and kind of define what the heck we're talking about. So we try and have a more human approach to our videos so you guys know what we're talking about.
And just for clarification too, standard time for purchase and sale is 10 days. So
10 days from what?
10 days from the offer acceptance.
Okay.
Sorry, 10 days from offer acceptance. So it makes sense that if your days till offer are 5, that then your days on market would be 15, because that's 10 days from the accepted offer would make 15. So
yeah, and typically a closing takes place 6 to 8 weeks from the offer. So that's kind of the rule of thumb.
Yeah, 40 days approximately.
Yeah. So why don't you talk about West Newbury? I know you're a Newburyport native.
Yeah.
But we have lived in West Newbury, and now you live in that lovely town. So talk about what's happening over there.
So 4 properties sold. That's about what we've seen the last couple months. It was like 1 every single month for the first couple months of the year, but 4 this in June. 4 in June. $875 was the median sale price. Days to offer was 8. Days on market is 19.5. The median over ask percentage, because I actually did median for this one, was 2.5%. So
we are seeing a little more over ask in West Newbury. There again, small sample, 4 properties. So there are a number of properties that have come on in West Newbury that I've seen that are kind of languishing. Particularly, and what we're seeing in both Newburyport and West Newbury is that the older homes that have not been updated seem to be the ones that are taking longer to sell.
Or the high end.
Well, yes, or the super high end. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Amesbury, our neighbor across the river. 20 homes sold in Amesbury in June. $548,750,000 was the median sale price. Days to offer was 6.5. Days on market 19. So Amesbury is a hot market we're seeing. I think the price point is it's a great community for people starting out and also for people retiring. The prices are lower than Newburyport. So think about it this way. Newburyport's median price was 1.1. Amesbury's was 548. So you can see it's about a 50% more affordable market for people to get into.
With a similar feeling downtown. That like colonial old brick feeling.
Yeah, a little bit more Victorian. It was the carriage town, so it was developed more when the carriage trade took place, so the beginning of the car industry basically. And so that has a little different feel than Newburyport, which is a colonial city.
And so the median over asking in that town was 8.8%.
And it was the median.
The median, not the average.
Yeah, so that's...
I'll throw the average up on the screen here so you can see it. Yeah, for like the 4th month in a row, Amesbury is like a crazy competitive market.
Yeah, it's a wonderful market.
Yeah, beautiful place to live.
So Amesbury condominiums, 15 sold, $379 was the median price. Days to offer was 6, days on market is 14. Median over ask in Amesbury for condominiums was 3.7%.
Yeah. So events happening this month.
Yeah, there's a
lot going on in July, end of August in Newburyport.
Well, of course, we have Yankee Homecoming, which is always crazy. So we have the kitchen tour, which is coming up, and that is a perennial favorite. We are so thrilled to be the lead sponsors and the founding sponsors. When the kitchen tour first started, it was a Brown School event. If you're new to Newburyport, you might know that we used to have different neighborhood schools. Now we have one big Brezhnehan, which is absolutely stunning. But that little funky school was so much fun. Rachel went there. Gurney Arnold was the principal, and he was a riot. I think he probably had an ashtray on his desk and smoked cigarettes while he was in school. But that was then. But anyway, they started the kitchen tour, and I said, you know, we live in Newburyport. we used the Brown School, why not have a sponsor? So we were the first sponsors, the founding sponsors of the kitchen tour, and we're very proud to have continued that tradition. So
I think it's like 13 years?
13 or 14
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're working on a lot of things to promote the kitchen tour. Also, it will be here. The tickets will be available here at William Raveis.
Yeah,
so very exciting.
Yeah, you can buy your tickets here in the office and pick up your brochure. And as well, I have been doing some work with the kitchen tour team and doing social media. So there are going to be some sneak peek videos coming really soon. I'm super excited about that. So watch our Instagram, because we're going to be posting them on our Instagram, and I'm going to also be posting them on TikTok. So you'll get a little bit of a teaser of the homes that are going to be on the kitchen tour, which is super exciting. It's been a lot of fun.
It's a new feature, and she's been doing the sneak peek, so I haven't seen them, so I'm excited to see them.
Yeah.
The other thing is coming back to Newburyport is Riverfest.
Oh yeah.
So Riverfest was, with the pandemic, it was down for a couple years, and then it was in Gloucester. And for some reason, the river has decided to come back to Newburyport. So. Nice. That is the weekend of the 23rd. So I think.
Don't forget the bed race part of Yankee Homecoming. It is happening right in front of our front door.
Always.
So if you guys aren't aware of what the bed race is, it's local businesses get like a hospital bed, right? It's a hospital, old school.
No, it's a bed. It's just a bed. It's just a bed on wheels.
Okay, so they get a bed on wheels, and then they decorate it, and people push them down Federal Street to see who gets the fastest time, right?
Yep, and that's usually the Thursday of Yankee Homecoming.
Yep.
They close down the street at about 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Usually Rotary has a stand with hot dogs and soft drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun event for the whole family, and people come from everywhere to see it. I remember the first bed race I saw. We came to Federal Street to watch it, and there were about 4 beds and a bunch of bikers, and that was kind of it. Now it's about
very different.
Now it's about 2,000 people.
Yeah.
They are rated on creativity as well as speed. They have a different criteria where they can win. So it's very exciting. The judging stand is right in front of our office.
Yeah.
And so come down and join us. We usually have some refreshments out front and make it a day.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, so that is your market update and some local happenings for the month of June. Well, we're now in July.
Into July, yep.
Yep. And we will be back next month with another market update. So
thanks so
see
much.
you then.
Enjoy this beautiful July.
Yeah, get out there, please. Bye.